All right, let's go across now live to Arun Jaitley, leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, on what he sees to be the major implications of the multiple verdicts that have come from the Supreme Court today. Mr. Jaitley, we heard you earlier describing this as a crisis of credibility for the entire government. The government has argued back, saying that the trial court, which has been asked to take a decision on Mr. Chidambaram, has not yet taken a decision. Until that time, the opposition cannot say that this indicts the government. Where exactly do you think the Supreme Court has been the most critical of the government?
I think this government has become completely shameless. Even 2 days ago, when the Supreme Court delivered the judgment in the sanction case, there was a press statement from the Prime Minister's office saying that they've been vindicated. Only the office has been indicated, not the Prime Minister himself. Even in that case, the sanctioning authority is not the PMO. It's the Prime Minister. The application of mind had to come from the Prime Minister. And today what has happened is, the entire policy of the government and its implementation has been held to be illegal, completely fraudulent, so that a settled transaction has been unsettled, which is going to have a huge ramification. And after all this, to say that the government has been vindicated and the government has not been indicted, I think shows a sense of shamelessness. What the court has done is that the court, after holding the transaction to be illegal, has quashed the licenses, it has quashed the spectrum allocation, and therefore the illegality is writ large, it's established. The only question is, where does the legal culpability lie? One minister has already been charge sheeted, some others have been charge sheeted. Now the trial court has to determine, the forum of adjudication has altered from the Supreme Court to the trial court, which has the entire voluminous evidence before it, which can even ask for additional investigation as to who all are culpable. Please don't forget that the 2003 cabinet decision put the onus of determining pricing of spectrum on two ministers, the telecom minister and the finance minister. The finance ministry in this case, in the latter months of 2007, kept objecting to spectrum being sold at unrealistic prices, far below the market prices. Subsequently, Mr. Raja went ahead and allotted the spectrum and the license, and thereafter the finance minister accepted that position. He attuned to that position. Now the finance minister is the custodian of public exchequer. He should have checked this loss being caused to the public exchequer. If he acquiesced to it, or if he participated in it, I'm sure there are a lot of questions he'll have to answer. And this is the limited question which the trial court is now going to consider. Far from being vindicated or not being indicted, the entire transaction has been held to be completely illegal.
Mr. Jaitley, on a point of law, do you believe that today's decision to scrap the 122 licenses is an indictment of the first-come, first-served policy, or is it an indictment of the way Raja manipulated that policy? Which one is it?
Well, I'll have to read the complete judgment. I am far away in Lucknow, and therefore I will, once I get the text by the end of the day, I'll read the judgment and be in a better position to answer that question. But my understanding of the issue informs me, A, the spectrum was underpriced, a public asset was being sold for a song which is illegal. The first come, first served policy, assuming it's correct, was being subverted by Mr. Raja. So there are two limbs of illegality. Now how the court has dealt with it, only the reading of the fine print will indicate that.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.